Ever since the holiday catalog came out, I've been in the mood to make Christmas cards. Whether you mail out to a lot of family and friends or use them as gifts for people, clean and simple is the way to go. Hi, I'm Linda Anderson from Linda Lou Creates, and I'm so happy you joined me today. Let me show you how quickly I created these cards using paper, stamps, ink, and some punches and dies. So let's get started first with the supplies you're going to need. First up, the cardstock. I love top folding cards, so mine measures 11 by 4 1/4. The score and fold line is at 5 1/2. I also have some gold foil paper that I've cut out, a stitched circle and a scallop circle using my die cutting machine and the stitch shapes and layering circles dies. I need some inks, so let me pull those in. I used shaded spruce, I've used crumb cake, and I've used cherry cobbler. The stamp set that I used is the Perfectly Plaid stamp set out of the new holiday catalog. I love this stamp set. There's also a coordinating punch that we're going to be using of the pine tree. Buy these two together as a bundle and you'll save 10%. One other punch that I used on my cards is the 2 1/4 inch circle punch. One more thing, of course I had to use designer series paper, and this paper is the Wrapped in Plaid. I absolutely love the plaid designs on it. I mean, look at those gold highlights that run through that. So one side is all plaid, the other side then has some nice designs on it as well. But for this video and these cards, I've been using the plaid. So you can see I've already been using a couple pieces, so I think I'm going to use this plaid here. So let me set this all off to the side. Now before I get into any of my punching or anything, let's do the stamping. So I'm going to pull in my shaded spruce. Now here, like I said, is my thick whisper white. It measures 11 by 4 1/4. I did score it, but I didn't fold it just yet. I find then it lays flat for me whenever I'm stamping directly onto the card base. I know you know that I love layers, but this time I just happen to be doing it nice and simple and right on the card base. So I have my shaded spruce ink. Let me get this a little straighter for myself. And I'm going to go ahead and get the Merry Christmas stamped. Now this is the front of the card. Now to do the inside of the card, we always have to decorate that up. I'm going to flip it around, and now this is the inside portion of my card, so that when it's folded, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to leave the shaded spruce right here because I'm going to use this gorgeous, gorgeous pine tree that is in this stamp set right here. So let me get that inked up. I feel like I always have to decorate the inside of my card, and I'm learning, well, maybe I should say remembering, to also decorate my envelopes. So, all right, isn't that beautiful? I love all the texture in that. I don't know how well you can see that, but just all that visual texture within that stamp. Gorgeous. Okay, let me put the shaded spruce away. Grab my crumb cake, because now I just have this little trunk of the tree that I'm going to ink up and stamp that. Okay, so far so good there. Next is the sentiment that we're going to need. So again, I pulled out of that Perfectly Plaid stamp set the sentiment, and I'm going to use cherry cobbler on that. So let me just ink that up, make sure I have that, and let's see if I can get this straight. That's always the fun part, is making sure you can get things straight. And there we go. There's the inside done now. So actually that is all the stamping that you're going to need to do. So let me just close up my ink pads real quick. And I'm going to go ahead now and fold my card right along the score line, use my bone folder, and just give that a good crisp burnish. I'm going to be making 2 cards at once here, so I already have the second one stamped and ready to go. Okay, now on to making those trees the focal point now. So I have my plaid paper and I am pulling out this pine tree punch. So what I'm going to do is start with punching out the tree. I kind of find a pattern of the plaid maybe that I like. I have that kind of, there we go. All right, let me punch this out. So this is for card number 1, but I'm not going to waste the negative of the tree. So this is where the 2 1/4 inch circle punch comes in. Now, if you don't have the punch, you can always go and use any of your circle dies then too. So let me just kind of try and get that all equal in there. Punch that out. And here we go for card number 2. Okay, so I'm going to bring in now my gold foil pieces as well. Now the only bit of popping up, because I do love my dimensionals, is on the trees themselves. So let me get a couple dimensionals on the back of this guy. Okay, pop him up. Now you can see how quick and easy this is. Something that you could even sort of assembly line creating. Get all of your stamping done, then all of your punching, and then getting everything put together. So, all right, so there is that. The only other adhesive I'm going to use, I like using the Tombow Mono Adhesive liquid glue on this. Bring in my card base. Set this down. Now the glue does give you a couple seconds of wiggle room, so go ahead and make use of that. Card number 1 is done. All right, let me just set this off to the side while we get card number 2 ready. And again, I'm going to use dimensionals on this, on the back here. So let me just pop a couple on here. I'm going to put some mini dimensionals here too. I feel like it just gives it a little extra support since, you know, it's paper, not cardstock. So and a lot of it is cut out. So this just kind of helps to give it a little extra support then. So let me pop all of these dimensional things off. Those papers that you find all over the house. So one more. Now this too will now get popped up onto my scallop circle. Let me just see. And press that down. Once again, I'm going to pull in my liquid glue. Bring back my card base, and that quickly 2 cards are created. So card number 1 that I showed you, here is card number 2. Let me bring back the ones that I showed you at the beginning. So again, the red plaid on that one. I did create a couple using some of the other plaid paper. So here is that one. One more set. And here. So I have 8 Christmas cards done already. Clean, simple, quick, and easy. One more thing, don't forget, remember on the inside, we stamp that Christmas tree or that evergreen. On your envelope, don't forget to do the same thing. That'll really dress it up. Well, thanks so much for watching me today. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any new videos. One more place to go is my blog, and that's lindaloucreates.com, for even more projects. You can even sign up for my newsletter there too. So thanks again for joining me, and I hope you get a chance to create today.